Well, we had an interesting meeting this morning at the Beehive where we talked about cities of opportunity and raising the wages of workers in the city, getting broadband and all the things that the cities of opportunity co-chair is pushing with mayors around the country. And then we came here to talk with our council member, Amy Maridizzo-Benicia, our police chief, the commissioner of chief, Billy Evans, and as you know, Mayor Martin Walsh from Boston, to learn from them and then for them to learn from us. And so we thought we would share with you some of the things that we've learned that are working in Boston that we'd like to try here, that interested us, and then have the reactions from Mayor Walsh and Commissioner Evans. But one of the things that we had done in the past that Boston has really perfected are peace walks. And I know the chief and I were very encouraged to hear that when dozens of people walk in each neighborhood, it gives people a feeling of more security, and we would like to revisit that here. Youth police dialogues are very successful in Boston, we learned, especially for many of the kids who are in recovery from alcohol and drugs. We also heard about Operation Homefront, where police and clergy make home visits to kids who may become violent or act out in some ways. And we saw that this is the only police department in the country that has their own ice cream truck that comes in and diffuses tensions by giving the kids in the neighborhood ice cream free, dispensed by police officers. I actually got the commissioner to email me a picture of it so I can show the council members to see if we can find money in the budget for something like that. But I think that what we've learned is that community policing works both in Bridgeport and in Boston, that we need to keep working at community policing, that we need to keep working on outreach through the police and the clergy to work with the youth of the city that may be prone to violence, like we're doing through Project Longevity and Street Safe. Both of our cities have Street Safe, where former gang members work with current gang members to try to get them exit counseled out of the gang or the group. So we've learned a lot. That's what I think we've learned, and I'd love to hear the chief and the superintendent, the commissioner talk, but Mayor Walsh, we're honored that you're here in Bridgeport, and we'd love to have your observations about what you saw.
Absolutely. First, I want to thank the chief and the mayor and the councilor for allowing us to be down here today. I think it's important for collaboration to share best practices, and I think that when we're talking in the room about the gun buyback program we have in place, we have one as well, but seeing that over a couple of year period, we took significant guns off the street. Our buyback program seems to have slowed down a little bit this year, and we're looking to re-energize that, so we're going to talk about that. And also, I think the fact that we should probably, one of the things that's a common theme here is gun violence and shootings are up across the country and certainly up in both of our cities a bit. Looking at doing some type of task force meeting to talk about the mayors of Connecticut, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont, and continue that summit we had. We had a summit in Boston last year, and I think it's important maybe to continue that gun summit idea. Because I think, you know, we can share best practices, and the police, we're not going to arrest our way out of this situation, and it's about educating people and working to see what best practice we can have with the guns off the street. So I look forward to working with you, Mr. Mayor, and the chief and the councilor over the course of the next 3 or 4 years to continue the work that's been happening, but continue to move on. If you look at the numbers around the country, most of the violent crime numbers, they're up. When you look at Bridgeport's numbers or Boston's numbers, we're not experiencing necessarily the same thing that other places are experiencing, but we still have a lot of work to do.
We know that public safety is really job number one of mayors, and if you don't have people feeling safe, all the other things can be in jeopardy. So we really appreciate learning from a successful city like Boston. And I know, Commissioner, you've become a national spokesman for many issues regarding law and order and making our streets in our city safe.
And you know, again, I love the opportunity to come down, and I think you guys are doing a lot of great things that we're doing too, but it's always great to share best practices, and I think, you know, Operation Longevity and those can help us also. But you know, like the mayor, both mayors have said, obviously gun violence and too many guns out there, that's our main issue. You know, we continue every day to take guns off the street and through gun buying back programs, but I agree, and we all agree, we all have to be on the same page, so guns aren't flowing freely into our cities. And you know, our greatest asset is working with the youth of the community through, you know, like I said, the youth police dialogues, and you know, out there with the kids playing basketball, you know, we have cooking classes, we do so much, we're in the schools, and you know, we're learning off each other, because together, you know, we gotta make sure our cities are the safest way they can possibly be. So I appreciate the invitation, and like you say, we can all learn off each other, and it's important that we make our cities so, like the mayor says, so people wanna come to our city and enjoy it.
Chief?
Thank you, Commissioner, Mayor. Appreciate you both coming down today and spending some time with us. I think the most interesting thing about our conversations is, you know, we're law enforcement, we're the police, and a lot of what we talked about was about outreach, it was about relationships, it was about, you know, working together collaboratively with the community. So I agree that, you know, we need to get back to continuing to work with the community in order to make Bridgeport and Boston safer. We can't do it alone. The police can't do it alone. We're not going to wrest our way out of the problem, as Mayor Walsh indicated. And so it's really about partnering and teaming up and working with the community to make Bridgeport even safer. So I learned a lot today. Thank you very much.
Let me just end up by thanking you again. Mayor Walsh is the leader of mayors in the Northeast of the United States. He and Mayor de Blasio are the voices of our mayor's conference. They're the ones who are pushing in the direction of cities of opportunity and mayors against illegal guns, every town against gun violence. We know the gun violence effect in here. The chief lives just a short distance from Sandy Hook Elementary School. We've seen the cost of gun violence in our cities, and it's just an honor that you're here, having been such a national spokesperson for justice and safety. So thank you for coming. And
Thank you for inviting us. I mean, it's important for us, I think, as Boston to continue building relations with the cities in our region, and that's why one of the reasons why we're here today. It's an honor to serve with you in the U.S. Conference of Mayors. It's an honor to support your candidacy for re-election. I look forward to working with you for the next at least 3 years until my re-election, so we'll see what happens. But you know, I think it's important that people understand that you know, this city, Bridgeport, your city, is an important piece of the Northeast region, and you know, as we grow as an economy, our whole region, it's important that we work together on a whole bunch of different issues. So it's an honor for me to be here.